Okay guys, here's my how-to on the project that I did for eMagine. And I called my movie that I did, Be Careful What You Wish For. And basically the plot of the story is that this girl is kind of bullied in her school and stuff, and then one day she kind of wishes that she was the last person on Earth, and eventually she becomes the last person on Earth, but in the end you see this whole little plot twist that happens as she begins to become more crazy, that the whole time she was actually in an insane asylum, and she just kind of imagined the whole thing. Now, about my project, what I did to start off was I storyboarded, and knowing from previous things that I did last year in the eMagine contest, because I also entered a music video for that, where I had to create a movie. But last time I wasn't as well prepared as I was this time. So this time I storyboarded, I created the dialogue, and I planned out every little bit, and I made sure how it was in my head, and basically I had everything planned out so it was easy to just kind of film and go, and I knew what I was going to do for that day, and I made schedules each night as to what I was going to film, how I was going to film it, what I was going to need to set up before I started filming and stuff like that. So that really made it a lot easier. And the end result of that was that everything was really easy to cut and fit into place as I started editing. So editing really only took like about a week, maybe a week and a half. So that was really nice. When I was creating this project, I hadn't really made a movie in a while. Like as I said, it had been about a year. So when I did this, I almost started to use iMovie, but then I decided I was going to try Final Cut again, which I hadn't tried since freshman year. And there was a new version out, and I really like this one. It's very user-friendly. It's kind of like iMovie and the old Final Cut, like kind of meshed together. So if you look at this iMovie and you look at the format of the Final Cut, you can see that they're both very similar, just that Final Cut has a little bit more options and kind of has a little cleaner cut and look to it and feel. So that's just why I prefer this new Final Cut, is because it looks a little bit more professional. To get that cleaner cut that I wanted, I used the tools over here a lot, especially the blade, because that allowed me to sort of pick at the film and really get exactly what I wanted. So I could cut down as much or as little as I wanted very easily. And I use that on almost everything. You can use it on the music, you can use it on the video, anything really. So that was a really helpful tool that I used. And speaking of sound, I had a lot of trouble with the sound because as I used boom mics for the very first time, I realized that it does pick up background noise, and it's more sensitive to that than other forms of microphones. So in order to fix this, I had to go up to audio. I had to go over here and I had to tweak a lot of things in loudness, background noise removal, and hum removal. I had to do a lot of that, and the consequences of that were that my audio didn't sound as clear as it should have. So next time I will probably record my audio after I've filmed, and I will do it in a quiet room, in a quiet setting, so that everything's a lot more clear. So that was one of the main problems that I had, was trying to get the audio to all balance out and stuff like that. So about my movie, another thing with the sound that I had problem with was that there was a lot of empty space, and because of that I had to go out and I had to find a background song and stuff, and I had to actually buy it. So once I put the song in there, I had to not only balance that out in order to have the voices be more clear, but then I had to raise the audio on other things and drop them on another, and that was really difficult as well. Like here I had to, in this scene, I had her kind of in this position where she's thinking to herself, but it's actually all these other people that had apparently been mean to her, like speaking at her and stuff. And the audio level got really hectic here with my film and my background song and also my several layers of other thoughts audio. And that was really difficult to kind of balance out and fit into the right place. Another resource that I used, I went on YouTube and looked up videos as to how to like kind of lessen the sound here. And basically what you have to do is there's like this little button right here, and basically you got to click off of it, and that little green button, kind of hard to see, but you just grab that and you drag it until that darker line comes, that little triangle, and that will lessen and like kind of dim the sound as you go along. So that's kind of how you dim the sound if you wanted to like get it faded out. The thing I learned most about this project is that I have never been a real great movie maker, I guess. And this film turned out to be a little bit easier since this was my second time making one, but it was also still another learning experience. Like, for example, I learned about sound, using sound and boom mics and stuff like that, which is really kind of a hard thing for me to do. So next time I actually know what to do with that, so I can maybe make a better movie next year for my eMagine contest. In the end, I really felt that I had this all planned out very well, because I didn't really have any problems with the plan that I made out. So next time I know exactly what to do for that as well. Lastly, if I could redo this project, I would probably redo the sound on all of this audio, because I just need to find a few better scenes. Like the scene in the kitchen, I had a lot of background humming because of the vending machines in there, so I would probably choose another location for that if I could. Again, I would create my sound in a quieter room and get less feedback in that way, but other than that, I was pretty pleased with the final product.